Good morning, greetings, and welcome to the Brightside, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures if you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on the Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you on the Bright Side. We welcome your calls at 844-236-6010. If you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about a health challenge you or a loved one may be dealing with, or ingredients or formulations, 844-236-6010 is our number on the Bright Side. Go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the Bright Side, or if you'd like to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $25 fee, you can start a longevity business, be in business for yourself, and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. You can make $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I have friends making $100,000 a month selling longevity products. They sell themselves. You're just basically spreading the word. Click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470 for more information. Okay, welcome back to the Bright Side. We've been talking about, well, kind of getting in the weeds with quantum and with electricity and the power of the mind, the power of consciousness. That's really... my mission in life is to help people understand their bodies, and that means every part of their bodies at every level. Leverage comes from, number one, power. That is, leverage comes from, number one, working at the most fundamental levels, and number two, working parallel at different levels. Number one, working at the most fundamental levels, which are electrical and consciousness and quantum, and then nutritional. And then number two, working at all the different levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. That's where we get power from. That's where we get power over our bodies. Our bodies are so amazing. For the most part, we have no clue of the amazingness of the human body. And that includes the ability to repair. That includes the ability to maintain the life force and maintain the life force for a long period of time. It's phenomenal what the body can do at the most tiniest of levels. That is the levels of the cell and the levels of the molecules. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and nobody tells us these things. So we're just left believing what people say. Oh, you better take this supplement, or oh, you better do this formula, or you better eat this kind of food. And we operate on the most unsophisticated levels for the most part, and we just trust people. That's why I do this show. You shouldn't have to trust people just because they have a credential, or they have a white coat, or they're somehow position themselves as an authority. We want to learn to understand how the pieces work together ourselves. And it's a little complicated, but it's actually kind of fun. So we're talking about electromagnetics. Last program we talked about atoms. Atoms, we said, cannot exist by themselves. There's a metaphor right there. It's like a bee. If you take a bee out of the hive, it's going to die. If you take the bee away from its colony mates, it will die. It needs to be in relationship. Everything that's alive needs to be alive, needs to be in relationship. Atoms are a classic example of that. Atoms cannot exist by themselves. We see them on the periodic table by themselves, but they only exist in relationship with other atoms. They combine in different ways. If two atoms combine, two single atoms combine, we call that a salt. Sodium chloride, that's your typical salt. Sodium by itself is a very, very explosive substance. It doesn't exist by itself, but if it were to exist by itself, it would explode as soon as it touched something, including water. Water will make sodium explode, as we said yesterday. And then chloride's a gas. Put them together, you get sodium chloride. Salt, you can put it on your food. You salt your food, that's sodium, explosive sodium and chloride gas combined together to form sodium chloride. They can also combine to form what are called acids. Hydrogen plus another atom forms an acid. I'm not going to get into that, but that's kind of an interesting phenomenon. pH is just a measurement of how loose the hydrogen is from the mineral it's attached to. I'm not going to go into that. The atoms I'm really fascinated about are the atoms we call minerals. Atoms connect to each other to form salts if there's just a couple. Atoms connect to each other to form acids when there's hydrogen involved. And then atoms can connect together to form what are called minerals. These minerals are found in the earth. And these minerals, yesterday we said, can also have a biological form, rarely, relatively rarely. The minerals that are found in the earth, those are not biological. But there are minerals that can attach to each other in combination with the certain substances that are produced in plants and microbes, basically microbes, bacteria in the soil, to become biological. From a nutritional standpoint, the body uses atoms. It doesn't use minerals. But these atoms are always combined with the minerals. The body isn't using minerals. When we talk about minerals, the body's not using the minerals. It's using the atoms. They come in the mineral. They come in a form called mineral, and they come in a specific kind of form that makes it easy for the body to process. That's why plant-derived minerals are superior to all other minerals. Nonetheless, it's the atoms that the body's using. It's the copper, it's the potassium, it's the iron, the single atoms. When a group of atoms combines together, by the way, like just by themselves, like silver, a bunch of silver atoms combining to themselves, or a bunch of copper atoms combining to themselves, we call that a metal. A metal is like racist atoms. It's like atoms that only hang out with themselves. They only hang out with their own race. And what happens is when these metals, when these racist minerals, these metals, are charged with electrical energy, they have powerful conductive properties. Electrons flow through them because they're all the same. There's no resistance, and that's what makes metals so valuable. In fact, metals are probably the most, maybe the understanding of how to work with metals may be the most important development in the evolution of human beings. Anyway, from a nutritional standpoint, the body is only using atoms. It's not using minerals, and those atoms get broken down inside the human body, but they only get broken down effectively if the body can handle them, and that's why plant-derived minerals are so important versus inorganic minerals. Most common minerals are atoms that are lumped together with hydrogen, silicon, aluminum, sulfur, carbon, oxygen. And technically speaking, all of these metals, all of these minerals are combined, all these atoms are combined to connected to each other to form little structures, little cages. They call them crystals. Minerals are crystals. It's not just the quartz crystal that we all think about when we think about a mineral crystal. All minerals are crystalline. They form these little boxes. And these little boxes, that's what a crystal is. A crystal, if you look at a crystal under enough magnification, you'll see little boxes. They call it a lattice, L-A-T-T-I-C-E. And these little boxes hold electrical energy, hold pieces of electrical energy. And this is what makes crystals so unbelievably important. Not just for, and not just as part of the inorganic or the earth mineral structure, but also in our bodies. Our bodies are crystals. Yes, our bones are crystals, our muscles are crystals, our cells themselves are crystals. The water is crystalline inside the body. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number, and we do have lines open for you. The longevity products are all at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com, and our Truth Skin Health products are all up at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, so we're talking about about minerals. We use that word a lot, minerals, but nobody ever tells us what minerals are. They're basically just atoms that are put together, squished together, really, squished together by the power of the earth. They're spit out from a supernova, a star that explodes somewhere in the universe, and all the stuff that's inside, like a piñata, all the little elements that are inside just kind of get scattered all over the universe. And eventually they densify, they coalesce, and they form what are called the planets. The planets all come from an exploding star, including planet Earth. And this exploding star is just basically atoms that have been squished together, or atoms, and then they get squished together in the planet, in Earth. And our Earth is made up of squished together atoms. These squished together atoms are called minerals. And minerals, for the most part, as interesting as they are and as powerful as they are in terms of electrical energy, they're, as I was saying before we went to break, they're all crystalline. They store electrical energy, and they are actually kind of like information processors. Just as a little slight digression here, there's a really cool book called Programming the Universe by a guy named Seth Lloyd, who's an MIT professor, and he talks about how atoms themselves are information storage devices. Atoms themselves that compose everything are information storage devices. That fits in line with everything we've been talking about with quantum physics. Nonetheless, when you put the atoms together, you get minerals. Not only do you get storage forms of electrical energy, you have information. You have storage, regularly stored information that is stored in a periodic, organized fashion. That's what a crystal is. The body is crystalline, our cells are crystalline, water is crystalline, and minerals are crystalline. So, the star explodes, spits out its minerals, the minerals coalesce, and they become a planet. And that's one kind of mineral. There's thousands of them, these types of minerals. There's basically 30 or so common ones, but really there's thousands of different minerals. They come in different classes, silicates and phosphates and carbonates and sulfates and oxides. You've seen these terms at the health food store if you try to buy minerals, because these are the kind of minerals that are so abundant that they're really, really cheap. Magnesium oxide, or calcium carbonate, or calcium phosphate, or basically you're dealing with oxides, sulfates, and carbonates, and maybe phosphates when it comes to nutritional minerals. I shouldn't say nutritional minerals. I should say the kind of minerals you get at the health food store. As it turns out, they're not very nutritional at all. They don't have the life force associated with them, and they're very poorly absorbed, notoriously poorly absorbed. Now, there's another kind of mineral. That's the kind that you can really take advantage of as a human being or as an animal, and that is the organic minerals. The biologic minerals. I'm not going to say technically they're organic minerals, but that word has been so misused, and there's so many different kinds of organic. We're going to call them biologic minerals. You've got earth minerals and you've got biologic minerals. And the earth minerals are made in the crust. The crust is about 3 to 5 miles thick on the surface of the earth. And then on the tippy top of the crust, you have maybe 10 inches of supercharged minerals, supercharged nutritional substance, supercharged life force energy, and that is called soil. And the soil is about 10 inches on top of the crust. And that's where the good stuff happens. The soil is where the microbes live. And the second type of mineral is a byproduct of the activity of microbes. This biologic mineral. Microbes turn non-biologic mineral, rock mineral, into biologic mineral. They say it's organic. That's the technical term. I'm calling it biological minerals. And biological minerals, because of the way the microbes, and by the way, it is like magic what they do. They attach the minerals and they wrap the minerals and they magnetically hold the minerals with biologic substances, with proteins, basically. And then these biological minerals become a source of nutrition for the plants. These biological minerals are distinct from the non-biologic minerals. And that's what, I know I said it before, I'll say it again. That's why you can't freak out when you see nickel and aluminum and arsenic on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's a biologic mineral. It's not the same thing. So anybody who tells you, oh my gosh, that's a poison, it has arsenic in it, doesn't understand the distinction between biologic minerals and non-biologic minerals. Biologic minerals are produced by microbes who eat the non-biologic mineral and excrete the biologic mineral. And this biological mineral, this organic mineral if you prefer, this biological organic mineral, is the source of all biological life. You could say the microbes are the beginnings of all biological life, but let's just go with the minerals. The minerals themselves, the biological minerals, are the source of all life. Nothing happens without these biological minerals. These plant-derived minerals, because what happens with these biological minerals, they're produced in the soil by the activity of microbes. The plants pull them up. This is one of the most incredible phenomena in all of nature. Obviously, there's a bunch of incredible phenomena, but this is one of the coolest. These biological minerals are highly electrical. They're mega electrical. And these biologic minerals, especially when they're combined with water, they become super, super electrical. And because there's electrical, magnetism is also involved. And these electromagnetic biological minerals, when they're hydrated, when they're somehow connected up with water, from a chemical standpoint that is, they become hydrates, they become magnetic and they attract vitamins, and they attract fatty acids, and they attract amino acids. They attract all the elements of life. All these nutritional elements are the elements of life: amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins. And they're magnetically attracted into the hydrated magic biological minerals. This is why it says in the Bible that man came from the earth. All of these life elements are magnetically pulled into the earth's hydrated biological minerals. Clay, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, means we come from clay. And evolutionary biologists who study these things have confirmed, at least from a theoretical standpoint, that we came from clay. That human beings, or that life, I should say, came ultimately from electrified minerals that were hydrated. Minerals that were converted by microbes. And if you ask which came first, the chicken or the egg, the microbes or the minerals, I won't be able to answer that question. And that's truly the most important question in all of life, all of evolution, is which came first, the chicken or the egg? How did this thing all happen? The thinking is the hydrated minerals were powerful enough to attract amino acids and other components to form microbes. That's the best I can do on that. And they think that the original molecules were created, the original living organic molecules were created in space on comets. They've actually found these things on comets. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010. Got lines open. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. Got lines open. 844-236-6010. I am Pharmacist Ben. And we're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 on the archive page, brightsideben.com. You can purchase longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. We've got news stories and blog posts and videos, all kinds of good health information, plus the longevity products, and a Join the Team Now link that you can click on if you want to make a difference in the world, if you want to make a difference at the most basic level there is, and make some money and work for yourself, work out of your home office. This is an ideal business opportunity, especially if you're an entrepreneur. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Brightside Ben phone team. They can give you the scoop, 866-735-2470, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, we'll get to your calls here in just a moment. I'm going to do one quick story because we've got a bunch of folks who want to talk today. we'll do this one. I'm meaning to read this for a while. Selenium in the thyroid. From best practices in clinical endocrinology and metabolism, inadequate supply of the essential trace nutrient selenium has been associated with various human diseases, Keyson's disease, Kashin-Beck disease, cancer, impaired immune function. Selenium is powerful, powerful immune medicine. It's a chelating agent. Deficiencies in combination with inadequate iodine contribute to serious cases of hypothyroidism. The thyroid gland contains more selenium than most other glands. I think the adrenal glands may contain some. Thyroid gland is a selenium gland, put it that way. And selenium is important for thyroid hormone secretion. And selenium also plays a role in estrogen metabolism, and there's a relationship between estrogen and the thyroid. In fact, selenium is probably, Doc's been talking about selenium, that's his favorite mineral, I think, if I can be presumptuous to guess. He's been talking about it for a long, long time. When you study nutrition, you develop favorites. Favorite minerals, zinc is my favorite mineral, and favorite nutrients, favorite vitamins. I would say probably I'm a big vitamin A guy, maybe vitamin C too. And anyway, selenium has just got so many wonderful benefits, and most people are deficient because selenium is one of those that is just not found in abundance in the soil, and less than it was 100 and 1,000 years ago. If you're trying to get your selenium from food, you're going to be pretty much eating a lot of onions and garlic, but it's still hard to get selenium from food. You pretty much need to supplement with selenium. 400 to 600 micrograms a day is a good place to be. Selenium is a major, major, major detox mineral. One of the most important of the detox minerals, along with sulfur. Not only does it chelate, it's also a key component of the glutathione molecule. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Barry in New Orleans, who's been holding on a long time. Good morning, Barry. What's up, buddy?
Yes, good morning. I wanted to ask you, I was reading by one health author about cigarette smoke possibly being, he said being radioactive. Is this of any really significance?
It's probably not good. Yes, it is radioactive. Cadmium. There's radioactive elements in it, in cigarette smoke, and there's nothing. I don't know how significant it is, but it's definitely not a good thing. I can't tell you the degree of significance it is, but it's not a good thing to be inhaling radioactive cadmium into your lungs. Smoking cigarettes is probably the single worst thing that human beings do to their body is smoking cigarettes. I can't even begin to express from a health perspective what a absolutely mind-blowingly destructive thing that is to do. It is pure, unadulterated, concentrated suicide. Slow suicide, as slow though it may be. It is purely killing yourself. There's no upside except for maybe, soothing the addictive drive and maybe some neurochemical things like dopamine. But really, it's just a horrible thing to do to the body. Anything else? And after you do smoke, by the way, I don't know if it's for you, Barry, or if you know somebody, but anybody listening, vitamin C. Use vitamin C after you smoke. Gargle with vitamin C. Take 500 milligrams of vitamin C orally. It's not going to cure the problem. You're still damaging yourself, but you can mitigate some of the damage. Vitamin E is also very important as a cigarette detox nutrient. Selenium, which we just talked about. Anything to upregulate glutathione, glutamine, whey protein, if you can do whey protein. There's one more. N-acetylcysteine. There's ways that you can protect yourself from smoke, but after every cigarette, do you really want to spend 10 minutes getting nutrition? You should at least gargle with vitamin C. All right, Barry, anything else, buddy?
Yes. Two quick questions, if I'm allowed. Pasteurized orange juice, does that render the fructose bad or toxic?
No, but pasteurization kills anything that will help you utilize the fructose. So in other words, if there's organic material like enzymes inside the orange juice, like fresh orange juice that would help you metabolize and utilize the fructose, you're going to lose those. So pasteurization kills microbes, but it also destroys the nutritional value of the enzymes. It destroys the enzymes, basically.
Okay, so what pasteurized orange juice, it's not a real bad thing to drink.
It's not a great thing to drink. It's not. I wouldn't even say it's a good thing to drink. I mean, it's better than soda, but, barely. It's just a bunch of sugar and maybe some nutrients, but not a lot. In my opinion, it's better than soda, but I don't want to lump it like soda's probably one of the worst things you could ever put in your body from a food or beverage standpoint. So it's not as bad as soda, but it's not a great thing to put in your body. Or if you're going to do orange juice, just do teaspoons of it or shot glasses of it.
All right.
All right, Barry?
Yes. One more quick question. Dr. Otto Warburg.
Yes.
What would you say that, is it true that he found that cancer can't live in the presence of oxygen?
That's what I've read. And Otto Warburg was a Nobel Prize-winning biophysicist, and he talked a lot about the electrical nature of a cell, the electrical nature of oxygen, cancer and oxygen. He did regard cancer as a cancerous cell as the end result of hypoxia or oxygen deprivation, and he showed that you could turn a cell cancerous by robbing it of oxygen. So yes, that is true. That he showed in a laboratory that there was a very significant causal relationship between deficiencies in oxygen and cancer. Whether it was the other way around, cancer can't live in oxygen. I don't know if that's the case, but I would imagine that that's a good possibility. He found that too. Nonetheless, the fact is that he showed that oxygen deprivation creates a stressor on a cell and can turn it cancerous. Absolutely. Okay. All right, Barry, I'm gonna try and get a few more calls in here, but thank you so much. I appreciate you holding. Let's go to Elaine in Alaska. Good morning, Elaine.
Hey, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Good. Hey, I love your show, and I learned so much, and you've helped patients. And I have a patient. She's made huge strides in her health. She's overcame bilateral mastectomy. And she does need the CPAP for sleeping.
Okay.
But she's having problems.
Okay, we still got some inflammation going on there. Hang on, we got to take a commercial here, Elaine, okay? Don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Got lines open. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll return right after this. We are back on The Bright Side. Got a couple lines open. 844-236-6010. We're talking to Elaine in Alaska. Elaine, you there?
Yes.
Sleep apnea. You always want to regard sleep apnea as, in the business, they say sequelae. Have you ever heard that term, sequelae?
No. Educate me.
Okay, sequelae, S-E-Q-U-L-A-E. Sequelae means things that follow, like sequential, like sequence.
Sequelae. Okay. You say sequelae, I say sequelae. Yes.
Sequelae. Okay. Sequelae. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So these sequelae, these things that follow, are secondary. We're always obsessing with them because they're what we see. They're the symptoms. But it's a sequelae, like the thyroid. That's a classic example of a sequelae, or sequelae, as you say. It's something that follows. You got to get back to where the cause is. In the case of sleep apnea, you're dealing basically with metabolic syndrome and inflammation. In fact, they used to call metabolic syndrome. When I first started talking about metabolic syndrome, I should digress here a second. Metabolic syndrome is a whole bunch of different things that happen. A syndrome is a bunch of different things that happen in response to messed up blood sugar. They call that metabolic syndrome. And it includes things like abdominal obesity, hypertension, cholesterol problems, elevated triglycerides, Alzheimer's disease and dementia, liver problems. And now you can add to the list of things that go wrong when your blood sugar is messed up, a sleep apnea. In fact, instead of syndrome X, they call it syndrome Z when it includes sleep apnea. At least some doctors do. In any case, that's the first thing you want to think of, is diabetes. There are serious comorbidities that happen with comorbidity is another disease state, things that happen together with sleep apnea, including things like TMJ and Parkinson's disease. And well, you can imagine you're not breathing, you're not getting oxygen, your body's going to break down. Fatigue, depression. So it's a serious problem, sleep apnea. If you regard it as a symptom of metabolic syndrome, then you know that you're going to start to work on your blood sugar. Usually people have weight problems that have sleep apnea issues. So weight loss is important, but that's part of metabolic syndrome. So work on the blood sugar, basically, is what I'm saying. And then also, it always is important to go back to the digestive system. Now you see it's basically the triangle of disease. Whenever you have sequelae, you got the triangle of disease underneath it. No matter what that sequelae is. If you want to do something, go back to the triangle. Digestive system, blood sugar system, and then the adrenal thyroid complex.
Right, and it doesn't happen to her every night, so that's why I'm thinking.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, she's not going to, but it's going to progress. It's a good thing she's not at every night, but it will progress. She probably, if it doesn't happen every night, chances are it's in relationship to something she's eating that night. Yeah. That's what I would be doing as a food diary.
Okay.
And see if she can track it to that. But make sure she understands the relationship between metabolic syndrome and dysglycemia or messed up blood sugar and the nature of sleep apnea as a sequelae.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Take care. Have a great day, Elaine. Thanks for calling. And let's go to Kathy and say good morning. What is up, Kathy, in Minnesota? How you doing, Kathy? Yes? No? Do we have Kathy? Kathy? I don't hear Kathy. So I'm going to put Kathy back on hold. Kathy, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi. Hey, Kathy. What's going on?
Good. I have a couple questions. In the fall, I was told that I have some thyroid issues, which from listening to you, anyone with issues has thyroid issues.
Yes, that's right. That's good. You got that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone with issues has thyroid issues.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's what I gather.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's excellent. Go ahead.
My husband and I decided to try the ketogenic diet, which we just started trying, and we're tinkering. We're getting too much protein, but I just found out today, this is pretty early, but I have an early pregnancy test that came out positive.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And now this is kind of making me feel nervous that I'm not doing the ketogenic diet to a T, like we're not perfected on it yet. Is that something I should worry about or keep on that path? Because I know it's a fine line once you get in ketosis, and I don't even think we're there yet. We just started this at the beginning of February.
How are you feeling?
Good, and my psoriasis has gone down. So
awesome.
In certain ways, really good.
That's awesome. I would stay the course personally.
Really? Okay.
Have you lost a lot of weight?
No, we just started at the beginning of February. I've lost a pound a day.
Okay, that's great. Are you trying to lose weight?
Yeah, that feels great.
Are you trying to lose weight? That's 30 pounds a month. That ain't too shabby.
Now, is that something I should be concerned about, being that I'm pregnant?
No. You don't need body fat. You don't need calories. I mean, you need nutrition. You need nourishment. You need energy.
Okay.
You don't need to be fat. When you're going to lose weight, you're going to lose water weight and you're going to lose body fat. That's not what you need. So we lump together calories and pounds and the whole. We say, people who have some kind of disease or cancer or something, say, oh, I need to gain weight, or they're real skinny. I need to gain weight. Or if you're pregnant, I need to gain weight. No, it's not weight you need. It's muscle mass and it's nutrition and nourishment, not fat. You don't want to be obese. Otherwise, if gaining weight was all that, we would be so much healthier, wouldn't we? With our obesity epidemic, obese people. No, it's not fat that we want. It's lean muscle mass and it's nutrition, the combination. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. Have a beautiful day. All right. Let's go to Aaron in Alberta and say good morning. What's up, Aaron?
Hi, Ben. I talked to you about maybe a year ago. I just wanted to ask you a question, but also share what I've learned. I appreciate you using the trivium method, the 7 liberal arts and sciences with us so that we can understand ourselves better.
Wait a minute. That sounds interesting. You have to explain. I don't know what that is.
Well, the trivium method, it's divided into two, the quadrivium and the trivium. It's the 7 liberal arts and sciences. The trivium is knowledge, logic, and rhetoric. I've also learned that logic is related to ethics. So if people don't constantly learn, they don't have enough logic, and therefore they cannot be ethical. So I've been also learning. Anyways, I'm kind of
wait, hang on. That's really interesting. That's called the Trivium?
Yeah, the Trivium Classical Education System.
I am definitely going to be looking that one up. Trivium Classical Education System.
Trivium method, correct.
Are you an educator? How did you know that?
Sorry?
Are you an educator?
No, no. I just like to really learn.
I guess.
You've done a lot to open my mind.
Thank you.
I've also, some of the stuff I was listening to from yesterday, I kind of want to add to it because I've also learned what the word father and mother really mean.
Oh, wait. Did you like that stuff? Did you like that stuff about the father and the son and all that? That's kind of cool.
Yes, it was really fascinating, and I've been learning a little bit about occult knowledge, so I do understand that.
Good.
I've learned that the word father means storyteller, or basically the narrative, because of course the storyteller and the narrative is the unseen world, and then you have the mother, which means the material world. So when you bring the mother and the father together, you get the divine child.
I love it. Now hang on there. The narrative is the explication or the revelation of the unseen world. Is that what you mean?
Which is the story, because of course the Bible is the greatest story ever told.
It's the revelation of the unseen world. The story is is that what you're saying?
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
I love it, Aaron.
The mind, everything is unseen, just like what you were talking about yesterday with electrons and protons. Everything is the unseen, which is based on the natural law principles. And everything is mental, which is unseen before it becomes into the physical, which is the mother. And that's where you get... I'm sorry for going really fast here, but
no, listen, hang on a second, because we're going to run out of time. But this is such good stuff. So how do you is this something that you knew about, that you've been studying, and you just heard me yesterday?
I've been listening to other educators. You're only one of the few educators I listen to, but there are others that I also learn. I have no cognitive bias at all. I just want to know the truth, and I want to set myself free. That's all I want to do.
I'm out of time. I'm enjoying talking to you. I hope everybody listening is enjoying. You're a super smart guy.
What I really wanted to do was ask you what your thoughts are on the carnivore diet, because what I've been learning is about anabolic resistance, sarcopenia. I read an article, not an article, but a very short essay, but from the National Institute of Health, where it said dietary protein is linked to fighting infection and viruses.
It's too big a topic for 20 seconds, but I'd love to talk about it. Will you call me tomorrow? I hope you call back.
You mean Monday? Absolutely. Yeah, I will call Monday if you're available.
I'll get you first up. Thanks so much. Got to go, buddy, but I appreciate your call. That's Aaron, Alberta. Love my smart listeners. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening to The Brightside, friends. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.